How about now? That sounds good.
Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
A hearty good morning to you on this hump day as we venture into the very, very murky, dark world of the JP Peterson Show. I don't know where I was going with that. Good morning to you, Peter Blake. How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. How you doing? Getting ready for this great Wednesday. Like you said, it is hump day. Hump day!
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, Bucs win. Big-time Bucs victory. USF wins. And big-time matchup versus the Miami Hurricanes this week. Are you ready?
Oh, got my press credential. Yes, I'm ready to go. Ready to go, baby. I know you'll be there. I'll be there. You got any special shows planned for the big FSU Miami game?
Well, USF Miami game.
USF, that's what I meant.
Yeah, probably post-game edition. Probably get a post-game edition of the Sports Web in the red corner there, live from the press box. We'll see what we're doing for the pre, and then of course Sunday coming up.
Yes,
versus the Broncos, your 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Denver Broncos with a struggling rookie quarterback.
Ooh, is he?
The schedule right now.
Don't take them lightly, though. Don't take them lightly.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of upsets last week. Don't take anybody lightly. That's the message this week from Todd Bowles. The Broncos are as good as anybody else. They're not, but that's not the way you go into it. You go into it thinking this is going to be a tough game, and it will be. It's an NFL game. Everything we see it every single week, upsets galore. So it is what it is, and let's go out and take care of your business like you did last week. What a phenomenal! I don't know if we did a little post game show.
We did.
Haven't talked to you since then, but I just could not be more excited about what this team has in front of them if they can get healthy, because they're not winning anything without Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey as a pair in the middle. Anything special? They might be able to still sneak in the playoffs, but I mean special. This has a chance to be a very special season. And the Bucs are on the rise. It was funny. I was just perusing Twitter before the show. Came across something that the Bucs put out, which was interesting. It basically they put out yesterday that which team has the most wins in the NFL since 2020. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
And Adam Schefter retweeted and said, "Who knew?" Bad choice, because everybody's like, "Well, certainly not the talking heads at ESPN, except for Sal Pal." He knew. He knew.
Right.
But it's so interesting. And the most passing yards since 2020, which team? Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
With Tom Brady and, of course, Baker Mayfield and the collection of talent, which everybody always glosses over the reason why Tom Brady came here. Well, the Bucs were lucky. No, the team was set up, and it starts with Evans and Godwin was on full display, as we have talked about on both of our shows here. The Web and, of course, the JP Peterson Show, which
that was another easy over bet and props that we gave you. Covered in the first half. I think he covered in the first quarter as far as yardage.
He did. Had over 100 yards received, including the
check, ching, ching. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of wagerings, I got you know of the bad beats, right?
Yes, I know the bad beats. Tell me what happened. How much money did you lose?
Well, I bet parlays, so you bet small amounts to
Well, can I give you some advice from Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire of the Sports Web? He always says, don't bet parlays. He barely does that because, like you said, and we'll let you, like you're going to respond or talk about, there's always that one team, and I've been a part of it. I nearly won an $800 parlay, was waiting for one team, and the one team went over a half a point Can you imagine my disgust while I'm doing delivery?
Well, I had a 9-bet parlay in baseball last night working. A 9-bet parlay.
Oh.
And with Yandy Diaz, all kinds of mostly to get one hit. Nine bets. So I had 9 guys that had to get hits. And everybody checked off the box. A couple in their last at bat. Jose, I'm trying to remember all the guys I had in. Anyway, so came back to the guy most likely to get a hit of all my guys, Luis Ariz, last night for the Padres, late game. I needed Altuve and Ariz to get a hit. Okay, you know when I lose bets, the person has to do something extraordinary to lose the bet. Extraordinary. Like they've never done. So Luis Ariz, I don't think he's gone 0 for 5 all year long. He's on a 14-game hitting streak. He's one of the best hitters in baseball. He had 5 at-bats, got a 6 at-bat in extra innings. So basically 0 for 6. Hadn't done it all year long. 14-game hit streak. Had not struck out looking all year long or in like 312 at-bats. Did that in the game. And came up in the last inning and grounded out fielder's choice. And that was it. That's the loser. That had everything he hadn't done all year long. Loser. It was a $20 bet for a $540 clip. But listen, I've done really well on parlay, so I'm going to have to disagree with the Greek. Done very well. Hits for $700 last week.
Wow.
On Bucs props, and we did it again. So we'll keep doing the parlays. Low bet. You're not going to win them all. You're never going to win them all, but that's the point. Yeah, when you do hit them big, and it's fun. It's fun as hell. I love it. Love the Hard Rock app for that. Really, really fun stuff. But anyway, we'll give you the Bucs props again this week. I think we hit 6 of 7 last week. I think the only thing we didn't hit was Jalen McMillan over 26 yards. And if he makes that catch at the end of the game that he's targeted, where he doesn't, and I put this out on Twitter, and these are kind of the things where he's going to get better. In college, there's not as much contact because they call it, I think, a lot closer. In the NFL, you're going to get contact downfield that they're not going to call, especially in big moments. And that was a big moment. He ran a comeback route, and he ran a great route, and the defender reached out and grabbed him. It was DPI all day long, but they're not going to call it in those situations. In certain situations, they're just not. You got to fight through the contact. You got to get bigger, you got to get stronger, and you got to fight through the contact and make the play. And he didn't do that. And he'll learn. That's what Godwin does. That's what Evans does. You're not waiting for a flag. You got to go make the play. If you get the flag, so be it. But you got to fight. And I kind of felt like once he got grabbed, he kind of, hey, what, he's looking for a flag. You gotta go make the play. But he'll learn. And he's going to be a tremendous asset for this team. And that's the thing we kind of been talking about since the end of the game is, it's the old Brady model. How do you get better each and every week? What did you do this week to get better? Well, you played one hell of a red zone defense. Your secondary guys grew up in a big way, and Zion McCollum and Izzy and the whole group back there was absolutely Jordan Whitehead, phenomenal. The physical tackling, the rallying to the football. Baldinger did a breakdown on this. Another Baldy's breakdown. He gets it. He gets the Bucs. He watches film. He doesn't read national clips. He gets it, and he knows how good the Buccaneers are. So he did a nice breakdown. I'm gonna try to play that on the show here today. And it's just that type of performance just makes you so much better. And I was texting with Jason Light, and one of the things he said was, this gave these younger players a lot of confidence, like Tyke Smith, that you can go into a back alley fight with one of the best teams in football in their place, and you can beat them, and you can out physical them, and you can intimidate them. And there's wins, and then there's wins like this.
Yes,
that just do so much for your team's growth and confidence. And now they know how to play. Now know how to play aggressively. Like it's constantly a fine line, especially in the secondary. How aggressive can you be without getting flags? Right? That's the whole key. What can you get away with? How much holding? How much contact and everything? You got to do it in a very professional way. And they did it without flags for the most part. And we're just phenomenal. I thought that was a huge key to the win. And what more can you say about Baker Mayfield, who's picking up just about every award possible? He's had the best quarterback rating, I think, going back 8-9 games in the NFL. The last 9 games, he has the top quarterback rating. It's all these numbers that tell us what we know, what we're seeing on the field. You don't win in the NFL by accident. It's not some, anomaly that you win this many games in the NFL that the Bucs are winning. I think they've won, they went on the late season run and now they're 2-0. I think they've won 8 of their last 10. I think that might be my career, 9 of their last 11, which I think is tops in football. So it's just, they're putting up numbers and people are starting to look and go, wow, these guys are actually pretty damn good. Yeah, they are. And Baker Mayfield is way better than people think. Yeah, that's a thing. And the Bucs are a team that has to be reckoned with. Now, these injuries will derail you. Vita Vea and Kancey don't play this week. Is there a chance that Denver just runs the football down their throat? Yeah, there is. I thought the other guys, Green and the other guys that were elevated did a really nice job
Brewer.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Brewer, but the Lions still rolled up 456 yards.
Right.
You're not going to win many games giving up 456 yards. Let's not kid ourselves. But they made the plays when they had to make them. And that's and that's the secret sauce, right? In the NFL, make the plays when you have to make them. In the end, in the red zone, where the Lions were historically bad, 1 for 7, the Bucs were historically good, 6 for 7 defensively, and there's your game. And throw in a couple of turnovers, which was great to see defensive backs catch the ball, and just a tremendous win. And now you got to start stacking these wins, and it's a great time for Denver to come to town, no question about that. But again, we see it all over the league. Who had the Raiders going into Baltimore to beat the Ravens down 10 in the late third quarter? They come back to win the game. It's all over the NFL. So don't slip. Don't slip this week. Stay focused. Zero in on that rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, and confuse him and have him saying a lot of what he said last week when someone asked him about take me through that interception. And he said, I dropped back and threw it to the other team.
That's great. That's unbelievable analysis, man.
That's really good.
Broadcast
spot on.
Is really paying off for you there.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Kiss, right? Keep it simple,
right.
Stupid. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. An old Marine Corps thing that I use. Yes.
Yes, Christopher Cole this morning saying Dennis balled out. Servassier, he did. Add him to the group of young players that are going to make an impact on this team moving forward. And that's, again, what you want to see. How does this team get better every week? Well, we got a new linebacker, Servassier Dennis, who's pretty damn good. Way better than Devin White. Healthy scratch. I haven't checked his Instagram lately. Has he scrubbed all Philadelphia Eagles stuff after being a healthy scratch?
I don't think so. No cryptic tweets or
none
post. Yeah, well, you can't get away.
Wow, I'm so disappointed.
Because you're on your last legs at this point. Literally, you're on your last.
He realizes that the dude's the most delusional player I've ever seen.
Well,
that shocks me.
It hasn't happened yet. He hasn't asked for the trade yet.
Yeah,
so it's coming. It's coming. It's like a Taylor Swift song. It's coming. The breakup is coming. Over under when she breaks up with Travis Kelce.
There you go.
A gajillion $1 million with. I mean, it's going to happen. There's 3 things in this life, or maybe 4 things: death, taxes, Taylor Swift breaking up with her boyfriend, and Devin White causing all kinds of drama in the locker room, being the locker room cancer that he really is. That's coming.
Yeah, probably in Philadelphia if they let it. They may let him go before that even happens. They may be smarter than the Bucs,
right?
And let him go. Instead of hanging on to him way, way too long. Kenneth McClary, good morning to you. Said I don't think the Tampa will take Denver lightly. And I got to ask one question about USF. How are their receivers? Haven't been able to watch USF, so when I look at the box score, it doesn't look like Sean Atkins is about to break all the USF records, and he will be joining us on Friday.
Wow!
To
Congratulations!
Preview. Yeah, we're getting a little interview with him. I'm going to tape on Thursday for Friday's play, so we'll chat with the guy that's going to rewrite the USF receiving record book.
Sure.
No, they've got some receivers. I'm trying to remember the kid they added. What's his name? The transfer.
Yeah, he caught a touchdown in the game.
Yes. Yeah.
And I
sorry,
from Houston. It's okay. Yeah. It's all right.
His name escaped me, but Byron Brown has some targets, no question about it. But it's their run game that's gonna, they're gonna have to lean on it. Had over 365 yards, I think 365 versus Southern Miss. This ain't Southern Miss. Miami's front is formidable, no question about it. A lot of speed at linebacker. Their edges are fantastic. They're talented all over, and Alex Golish is going to have to come up with a great scheme. And they're going to have to execute their ass off. And hopefully there will be a significant home field advantage. They have opened up the upper deck for this game on Saturday night at 7:00. It should be packed. It absolutely should be packed to the gills. Should be no tickets available by the time we kick it off. No reason for it. I think Miami's probably going to bring a lot of fans, and they got a lot of fans in this area. Sure. But USF needs to bring theirs. They've sold more student tickets have been picked up, over 15,000 now, than ever in the history of the school. So that's pretty cool. It's going to be a sight. It's going to be a historic moment in Tampa Bay, the city of Tampa Bay region football, when Miami comes to town, top 10 team against a hot rising USF program. And if they win this game, they are firmly planted into the best team in the group of 5, ready to win their conference and get into the playoff.
Right.
Can you believe that? USF could be in the playoff before Miami.
Right. It's certainly, and Alex Golish, I mean, how many doubters out there when he was hired? Not necessarily the big name, but if he led USF to that opportunity, to that pinnacle in college football, how much crow would a lot of
USF fans said, we're doing the same thing. We're just hiring another hot coordinator.
Correct.
I was a little skeptical, no question about it, but you want to give the guy a chance, and he has, and it doesn't matter if, fans or guys like me are skeptical. You go out and win games, and that's the only thing that matters. And that's exactly what he's done. And he's transformed the program, changed the culture into a winning mindset, which is not easy to do. He's brought in some good players. He's obviously developed Byron Brown as a great quarterback. Love the up-tempo offense, but you got to get signature wins to play with the big boys, and this is your opportunity.
Yes.
These opportunities, as Eminem has said, right, come once in a lifetime.
That's it.
Don't throw up mom's spaghetti. Let's go.
You got to lose yourself.
Yeah, you got to do it. And this is your opportunity, and that'll be the message to his team. And I believe we got some Alex Golish cuts, do we not?
We absolutely do. And the recruit, by the way, is Josh Hardiman, who caught a splendid 3-yard touchdown with the footwork there, keeping the 1 foot in.
Yeah, very nice.
So, yes, absolutely. So we do have that if you want to go out to that. He talks about Southern Miss, recaps that a little bit. So do we want to start out with that?
Yes, let's talk about the little recap of Southern Miss, the big 49-24 win. Overall.
Correct. All right, here's Alex Golish yesterday in the presser here on the JP Peterson Show.
The entire sideline had the mindset of, what do we got to do to get back in this game and get going? I think that's maybe the biggest shift for us as a program right now. I think even down 14-0, I know even down 14-0 the entire time we knew we were going to win the game, and went right back to work. And I thought, again, defensively tightened up, stopped the run, got after the quarterback, played really physical, tackled a lot better, and forced, again, 3 turnovers, which was absolutely huge. Offensively, got going as well. I thought a really good balance of run pass. I think as it went, we wore the front down, and were able to just hit some gash runs, which ended up looking like a really good rushing night, which it was as we went, wore them down. And I thought that part was really good. Thought really, really special night on special teams. A huge return that set up a touchdown, a huge fake field goal that set up a touchdown, and then 2 out of the 3 turnovers set up touchdowns. That's complementary football. That's what it should look like against what I thought was a good football team, that was a well-coached football team with a lot of athletes. And I do think they're going to have a really good year as they go here, because they're tough, they're physical, they have really good athletes, and their quarterback play is good enough for them to go be successful. So proud of getting out of there with a win. It was eventful for us. Some really cool things. Like I said, the fake field goal was really good for us to execute. I think Doug Blue Ely's interception was as special as there was. You're on ESPN Plus. Not many people see it, but I think it was about as cool of a play as I've seen. I celebrated that with the team yesterday. Like, that's a nose guard getting a pick and it didn't hit him in the belly. He had to go get it. I thought that was pretty special. So that's like a dream for somebody that plays nose, like for my son, who's probably going to end up in that spot at some point. I told him, you better get on the jugs because those come once in a lifetime. You better take advantage of it. So
there you go.
Sorry, you caught me mid-bite.
No, that's okay.
Ashley made a great breakfast sandwich this morning. Thanks, Ash.
It's awesome. What did she make? What kind of sandwich did you get? And then we'll go back.
Oh, it's a beautiful everything bagel with some rotisserie chicken and some American cheese. Oh, very good. Very good.
Sounds good.
I
had my honey bun with the coffee here. So my honey bun day for the week there. So,
hey, great. When you're down 14-0 wherever and you're on the road, I mean, a lot of teams panic. And when I talk about culture, that's what he said. It's like, we knew we were going to win the game. I mean, when can you ever think of a USF team that's down 14-0 anywhere saying, oh, we know we're going to win the game? That's a huge culture shift. Mm-hmm. That's a huge culture shift. Just keep doing what we're doing. We're better than them. We're going to, and you gash them with runs. Byram does his thing, throwing the football. And you come out you score 49 points. I think they scored touchdowns on 7 of their last 8 possessions. I mean, that's just dominant football. I don't think Florida State's even scored 7 touchdowns all year long. So yeah, this is good stuff. But this is where the rubber meets the road against a team like Miami,
right? And
it's such a great opportunity because I think Miami's gonna. I'm not gonna say overlook USF, but I think they come in here thinking, no, this is my little brother. We're just going to go out there and, run around and score 60 points. And that ain't going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. This USF defense has gotten so much better. And I think for the first time, you're going to see Cam Ward. If you go back and look at his entire career, he ain't perfect. He's played really, really well this year. And yes, is he playing with a group of players around him in Restrepo and the rest of those receivers and running backs? No, but he's prone to throwing bad balls. He throws picks and he throws bad picks. And there, even in the Florida game, there probably should have been 2 or 3 that were picked off. So he can make mistakes. If you pressure him, he will do that. And so that's USF has got to come up with 3 turnovers to win this game. And Cam will throw him 2. Maybe you got to go make another play to get a 3rd. But catch the ball when he throws it to you, and you got to take advantage of all those situations. Now you have Golish talking about Cam Ward, correct?
Yeah, I got him talking about Cam Ward and the challenge of beating Miami. Here we go.
Starts with being able to affect the quarterback. Like I said, it's a guy that's started 47 games in college football. Like, that guy has answers. He's obviously highly intelligent. So in terms of getting the protection right, in terms of recognizing looks, and in terms of being able to get the ball to the playmakers, that 47 is a lot of games. And so affecting him is where it would start. Stopping the run would be a huge part of it. I think you can try to make it as one-dimensional as you can. It gives you a shot. Offensively, for us, the ability to protect the quarterback in the same breath. Again, really, really athletic up front, really athletic on the second level, and really athletic on the third level. So being able to protect the quarterback to be able to deliver the ball downfield. And I think, as every game does, probably more important than anything else offensively, the ability to run the football and get in rhythm. I think from a special teams perspective, we've got to be able to continue to win the field position battle. We got to, when you got to punt, and I hate punting, but when you punt, you got to be able to flip the field, and then you've got to be able to create something in the return game, which again we've been able to do so far up until this point. But I think those are the biggest factors.
So there you go.
Covered it all right there. Yeah, Cam's got great experience, and he should know better, but he does put the ball in dangerous spots sometimes. So if you're USF, you got to go get it. And we'll do more on this with Leo Haggerty coming up at 10:30, who's been covering USF. And actually, he got a question in too, right? We have that one.
Yeah, we got a couple of questions from Leo Haggerty, who again is coming up here for Coach Golish. Here we go.
Coach, from an offensive standpoint, if you look at both teams combined, just over 90 points, over 1,000 yards, it's probably not going to be a 10-7 game, is it?
Man, I don't know. It'd be fun if it was, wouldn't it? It'd come down to the wire. That would be awesome. Yeah, I would assume not. I don't know. I think both defenses are playing lights out right now. Both offenses are playing lights out. It'll be a fun matchup.
Coach, when you're playing a league program, you're usually playing a league quarterback. Milroe, Ward, similarities, or are they two different guys?
Yeah, I think they're two different guys in a lot of ways. The thing that is similar is they both played a ton of football. They don't panic. They've been there, done that. I think really different players. Both really, I think, special players, and I think both are future pros. And again, it's the maturity you see in both those guys and how they handle being down, being up, like just the experience of when you watch both those guys, you could see they've been there, they've done that, they've been through the battle, they've been through the war. But I think different players, different play styles, probably a little bit of just because of the offenses that they've been in. But both got really good releases, both can create on the run, both really good players.
I think there is a little difference in those two. Cam's just more of, I think, of a freelancer than Jalen, even though Jalen can run. He's more of a freelancer. So we'll do more with USF and Leo Haggerty here in just a little bit. So I want to hit some other quick topics here, Peter. Kevin McClary says they have that much right now, talking about FSU. Norvell sticking with that quarterback. I think he lost me, at least with these decisions anyway. Yeah, I agree with you, Kenneth, and he's lost the fan base. Since he announced, I think it was on Monday, the DJU is coming back, and the press conference was a bunch of gobbledygook trying to defend DJU. He sounded unsure of himself. It sounded like he was toe tapping. It's very unlike Norvell. Watching his press conferences right now, it's like, who is this guy? Watching him coach, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I don't know if he's in panic mode because this team is so bad and he has no answers. Sticking with DJU, I mean, it's as obvious as the nose on your face that the guy can't get it done and he's holding the offense back. And, the defense actually played pretty well against Memphis. They played well enough to win. The offense is just pathetic, and it's clear why. And his reasoning to keep DJU in there, that he gives us a chance. If Florida State University, bro, you don't need a quarterback that gives you a chance. You need a quarterback that dominates. And if that's the best he can do is give you a chance, you got to go to the next guy. I don't care what the hell you're seeing in the practices where you're practicing against a bad defense, frankly, that he's showing you. But clearly in game day, he's unprepared to win. And he's checking into the wrong plays. Clearly, he can't throw the football with any accuracy whatsoever. He cannot move. He cannot run. I just don't get it. And the fan base, you look at FSU Twitter, they're out. They're done. I mean, 3 weeks ago, and this is what used to be Parents Weekend is now Family Weekend because we can't honor parents anymore at Will Campbell Stadium. Ridiculous. So Family Weekend tickets were going for about $180 about 3 weeks ago, and now you can pick them up for about $15. Fans aren't going. They're not going to show up to watch DJU. And they'll send another message like they did with the stupid DJ music that, this is ridiculous. What's happened in Florida State in the past 6 months is tragic. It's tragic. And yes, it started with ESPN's shot. And unfortunately, that has worked way better than I thought it would. And where they're at with their Scott Jeeves is going to join us tomorrow. We're going to catch you up on the FSU case. They have now done some filings and are trying to force a settlement here, as we said they would. But what are their options at this point? We shall see. So, yeah, this program is in complete turmoil. I know there's some articles out there. It's all clickbait that they're going to buy out Mike Norvell's contract at $60 million. No, they're not. They're not doing that, nor should they. He needs a way more leash than that. to rectify this program. He's got to go out and kill it in recruiting, and he's got to get rid of DJU. He's got to win some games this year. You can't go freaking 2-10 and expect to hold on to any recruits, and that's where this is headed. If you play DJU the rest of he ain't beating Miami, he ain't beating Florida, he's not beating North Carolina, he's not beating Notre Dame, he's not beating anybody. He's not beating any. Give us a chance against Boston College and Memphis. What chance do you have against Miami? Good God. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, Leo Haggerty's going to join us. He's been at covering USF for us, so we'll get the Bulls report coming up next. So stay with us. We're brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. Go to their website, contact them through there. If you have any legal questions, if you've been in an accident, got some issues at work, got an issue with an insurance company, any of that, it's the Jeeves Law Group. Aggressive attorneys. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results, folks. A big part of the community here in St. Pete, where they have an office, Tampa, where they have an office. Scott Jeeves is simply the best. The Jeeves Law Group, JeevesLawGroup.com. Back in 3 with Leo Haggerty. Celebrate August with the dazzling green hue of Peridot, known for its vibrant and refreshing sparkle. Yes, that's the birthstone of August at the Gold and Diamond Source. Explore the Gold and Diamond Source's stunning collection of Peridot jewelry, showcasing the gemstone's unique glow and versatility in rings, necklaces, and earrings. Peridot's distinctive color makes it a standout choice for any occasion, adding a touch of elegance and charm to your ensemble. Enjoy 15% off when you shop August Gems online only. Stop by the Gold and Diamond Source to experience the allure of August Gem and let their expert staff help you find the perfect Peridot piece. It's the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmsted Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. Hey, it's football season, so we welcome back the FSU Football Report every Monday and Friday on the J.P. Peterson Show, sponsored by those huge FSU fans at Italiano Insurance. They'll save you money as well. Just do a quick insurance checkup, 813-877-7799. They just saved me $500 on homeowners insurance. Who's doing that? Yeah, they just shopped it around, found a better, cheaper company, and we got a cheaper price. And business insurance. Make sure you're covered or you could lose your personal wealth. That's 813-877-7799. ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Noles.
Hey Tampa Bay sports fans, this is two-time LPGA major champion Jane Geddes here. After winning the US Open and 10 other LPGA events, I wanted to try something completely different. So I came right off the top turnbuckle and landed in the crazy world of WWE. And yes, you heard that right, that's WWE. Working for the Vince McMahon as the VP of Talent Relations for the company. Now, though, I want to work for you. Everything I've done in my life, I've done with incredible passion. And now I've turned my focus to leading the best real estate team in Tampa Bay, the Geddes Gordon Group with Keller Williams in South Tampa. If you're looking for a new home, an investment property, or looking to sell your current home, we will give you major championship level service. When you choose Geddes Gordon Group, you become part of our inner circle, like family. So if you're looking for a few golf tips or golf course view, we're going to stripe it right down the fairway. Call me at 813-485-6808 or go to GettysGordonGroup.com, or again, give me a ring at 813-485-6808.
JP here for Third Generation AC and Plumbing. And Third Generation really says it all, folks. The owner, my friend John Rodriguez, has been in the AC and plumbing business since 1995. They built their business on honest assessments and doing great work on time for a great price. Simple, right? Did you know many AC techs are incentivized on big commissions to sell new AC units, and you might just need a drain cleared? So if you want someone you can trust, that's John Rodriguez and Third Generation Services. Check out the 5-star Google reviews. If you have a plumbing or AC emergency, call 813-961-8024 and a human will answer the phone. That's 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, one of South Tampa premier traditional Italian restaurant. We were recently voted number 3 on Open Table list of Tampa Bay's top 10 restaurants. We're very proud of that because we take great care of preparing each dish by hand with homemade sauces, pastas, only the freshest local ingredients. You won't see the big institutional vendor trucks pulling up to our back door. We get our seafood from local vendors. Sometimes I even drive out to Topper Springs and pick out our daily catch right off those boats. So stop by and say hello. Try our traditional lasagna, the fresh veal, some of our signature dishes like capelli al granchio, that is angel hair with lump crab meat, our branzino, that is a sea bass. We're located at 4205 South McDill, and you can make a reservation on Open Table and read all the great reviews. See you soon. Ciao. Grazie.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. If you don't have business insurance and you have started a side hustle and you're making money, you better get some business insurance because people will sue you and then you may be personally liable. So it doesn't cost much if you have a really small business, but you got to have it. So make sure you give them a call at Italiano Insurance and they'll get you straight. 813-877-7799. Have them shop all your insurance around and maybe they'll save you money like they do me and so many others. We hear it all the time from our fans out there. They use Italiano and they save them tons of cash. So go call them, 813-877-7799. All right, let's bring in our good friend Leo Haggerty from Amped Up Sports. Leo, what's up, partner?
Not much. And JP, real quick, I'm an Italiano person too. Charity saved me thousands.
There you
on
go.
My car insurance. Hey, I'm not lying to you. Thousands. Go talk to Charity at Italiano.
She's the best. She is the best. Thank you for that promo. That's awesome. All right, so here comes Miami, my man. Let's put a bow on Southern Miss, though. A great win for USF. I mean, look, it's a downtrodden program. I get it. But when you get down 14-0 on the road, you know, crazy things can happen. But USF didn't let that happen. They scored, on 7 of their last 8 possessions, touchdowns. That's some dominant football right there. What'd you see? Let's wrap up and put a bow on that one.
You know what, JP? This so reminded me of the Navy game last year where they got down 14-0 and made 2 crucial mistakes to get there and didn't panic. This team didn't panic, and I think the reason why they're not panicking now is they trust their defense. You know, they get down 14-0, first 6-7 minutes, rest of the game, they hold Southern Miss 7 points. That's huge. And they put up 49 and could have put up probably a 50-burger if they wanted to. But, again, they're going to go as the quarterback goes. And we saw a much better Byron Brown than we did against Alabama against Southern Miss.
Why was he better?
He was better because, and again, I got to give credit to the Alabama game plan. The first half, they made him run the football. They actually took away the dive and said, Byron, you're going to run. In fact, remember one series, he ran it 6 straight times, and I thought they were going to have to call the medical unit out to take care of him. They basically beat him up the first half. He got smart against Southern Miss. He let other people run the ball, plus they were able to throw it. And again, they want to run the football first and set up play action, those RPOs. They were able to do that.
Nice.
Yeah. Talk about that defense because they've caused turnovers the last couple of weeks. They are 3 turnovers versus Alabama, a couple versus Southern Miss. So what's, in your opinion, what's the biggest difference with this defense besides them causing those turnovers?
2 words, pass rush. They're getting home. Last year, they weren't getting home. Now, and again, we saw in the Alabama game, those Alabama offensive tackles had to grab the edge rushers for USF every play. It wasn't just 1 or 2. It was every play. They are getting consistent pressure on the quarterback. And it's funny, Golish talked about it yesterday. He goes, I don't know why we couldn't tackle the first 2 series, but then they woke up. Again, maybe a little hangover from the Alabama game. But the biggest thing in that defense, and anybody will tell you, if you don't get a pass rush and the quarterback can throw it where he wants to, when he wants to whom he wants to, you're getting beat. And that's the key now. They're getting home.
Leo Haggerty joining us here. All right, so we turn our attention to Miami. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere. 15,000 students have already picked up tickets. What do you think the crowd's going to look like? They opened up the upper deck. This could maybe approach West Virginia 2007 type deal.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're going to see 60 plus. It's just and Peter, you and I sat up there when they had close to 40 opening night. And when we went down on the field, it was loud. I remember the Kansas game. I remember the West Virginia game. That place can get rocking. And I'll tell you what, 15,000 students who will have had probably 12 hours to get inebriated to get ready for that game, they're going to get loud. That's going to be for the first time in a long time. And again, we can remember the Florida State game. Yeah, but it was almost like a Florida State home game, and it was so hot. It was like 120 on the field. But this game, it's a program changer in terms of you can go to Florida recruits and go, now, hey, we beat Miami. Why do you want to go there? You want to come here. We're up and coming. So, yeah, this is a big game for USF.
It is a big game versus USF, and it starts, of course, against Cam Ward, who's the quarterback right now on the spot. What kind of challenge does this USF defense are they going to have versus a Ward at quarterback?
You know what, guys? I'm going to give you one positive and one negative.
Okay.
The one negative they have is Miami hasn't taken a snap in 3 games where they've been behind. I want to see what happens if they get the Canes down to see what happens. The second thing is, you talk about an offense, they are averaging over 53 points a game. They are averaging over 600 yards. In fact, yesterday I asked goalies, I said, Coach, if you look at this offense on both teams, a game, 90 points a game, close to 1,100 yards, not going to be 10-7, is it? He said, oh, I'd love it to be 10-7. Then we're in the game. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'll tell you what, you go out for a Coke and a beverage, you may come back, and it could be 14 points real quick.
Well, that's just college football is such a great atmosphere, you know. And last time I was at a USF game, though, Leo, I was a little perturbed that there was not enough Bulls band, not enough of the collegiate atmosphere, a lot of canned music. I didn't like that particularly. And I haven't been to a game. I don't think I went to a game last year. Are we still doing the canned music, or is it more of a collegiate atmosphere? Because that's Miami, I'm sure, might be bringing their band as well. I just think it's so much better for college football.
You know what? And JP Peter can tell you this. The first thing I told him that I was disappointed is Bethune-Cookman didn't bring the band.
What?
I mean, come on. Yeah, Bethune-Cookman's band didn't make the trip.
Oh, come on. What are we doing?
Peter, am I lying?
No, you're not. You're definitely not lying. We were disappointed at halftime as we were, trying to look around for more food with the brown box lunches there that they provide. But yeah,
are you complaining? Did you just complain about what they served you in the media? You did?
No, not at all. No, I was.
I'm complaining about the canned music. What the hell's going on here?
We got to throw Ken out there, right, Peter? Ken does a great job of providing food. Now,
we're just trying to make things better here, folks. We're not complaining. This is called constructive criticism. We're trying to make things better.
It's called comparison. We're comparing them to what the Bucs put out on Sunday to what they put on Saturday. So, yeah.
Well, there might be a little different budget involved there. So we'll take what we can get from USF. Yeah. We love you, USF. Thank you very much.
We do. Absolutely.
JP, to answer your question, yes, it's starting to get more collegiate. You're starting to see the fight songs.
Good.
And, if Miami brings the band, see, Florida State had nobody to play off of. They didn't have, Bethune-Cookman's band play something, we play something. You may see a little bit of a battle of the bands Saturday.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And the Canes, and it's Canes will bring. I wonder how many fans they're going to bring. I would say probably 20,000, maybe more.
Yeah,
they don't travel well. Let's just be honest. They don't travel that well. I mean, considering other programs. I mean, but they've sucked for so long too. So now they finally have a top 10 team. It's a 4-hour drive. Maybe they bring their tired asses up here. I don't know.
Well, there was talk here, guys.
They're bringing somebody because they've opened up that upper deck.
Yes, there was talk of USF fans selling tickets to Miami Hurricane fans for more. I've heard it. I've heard it all over Twitter. I don't know if it's true or not. Hopefully it's not, because you want that home field advantage. And even Coach Golish talked about that the other night. Let's fill that joker up.
Yeah.
And hopefully, again, it's with Bulls fans, not Miami Hurricane fans, because we saw it at Alabama when Alabama came to town. it was full, but the majority of those fans were Crimson Tide.
Yeah, and hopefully we won't see that. And again, if I'm USF, I'll take 60-40 green and gold, because then it becomes a home field advantage, because those 60% of fans, they're going to be loud, and they're going to be mostly students. They get excited.
Leo Haggerty joining us here. My computer's freaking out. Can you guys still hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah, absolutely. Everything's good. You're good to go. You look good.
You should see what I'm seeing right now. I don't know what the hell this is.
Oh, I'm not going down that road.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All
I
right,
got trouble once for that. I'm staying out of that stuff.
So we talk. I mean, to me, you got the battle of the two best quarterbacks in the state of Florida, and I don't think that's a stretch here with Cam Ward and Byron Brown. They're not playing each other. We know that. But, for Byram, we saw what happened against Alabama. And you mentioned this, and I think Miami will probably, take I don't think it was any accident that Alabama wanted to make Byram run early on in the game. I think that's great strategy. If you're going to run the RPO, force him to run and hit the quarterback. Hit the quarterback, and that'll affect him down the road, especially when you got guys like the size and speed of Alabama. Miami has the same dudes. They'll look at that tape and say, that's not a bad strategy. And for Alex Golesh, he's got to not take the bait. You maybe adjust and not, more planned runs with your running backs. You got Naquan Wright, and they've got a great stable of backs. So does Golesh maybe adjust a little bit in his offensive structure and make sure that Byram's not getting exposed to big hits early in the game?
Oh, absolutely. And, he's not a slider. Let's be honest. The kid just doesn't slide. He wants to go and get that extra yard, but it's gotten to a point now where I think he's going to have to do some of that. And the emergence of Kelly Joyner in that backfield gives them a different dynamic. Hey, Naquan Wright, hey, there's Thunder, but you got Kelly Joyner now with Lightning. And Keith has come out of the woodwork. He got injured in the spring game. All of a sudden, they got a bevy of running backs back there.
Yeah, they do.
And you can use it. What I'm concerned about, and I asked Byron this, I said, the tight end hasn't been involved too much. Is that because you're getting early in your progressions, finding those wide receivers? He said, yeah, but we got to get the tight end involved. So, it's tight ends. You got to get the running backs involved in the passing game as well. But the biggest thing is they've got to commit to the run, and they've got to force Miami to keep people in the box. That way, if Byron comes out of that and runs around the end, he's got that whole sideline to play with. What disappointed me against Alabama is he didn't run for the sideline. He turned it up right away. He's got to go for that out of bounds, because that way if somebody comes up, he can step out of bounds. That's not being, as we say in the football, that's not being a pussy. That's being smart.
Yeah. Well, and then 369 yards, rushing. And I asked Coach Golesh after the Southern Miss game, is that your offense? Is that Bulls football when it comes down to it? And he says, look, we're better when we're balanced. And that's what it's all about. And that's what you have to be, because you do take the pressure off of Brown. And, this is the game I want to see him, if he has to throw from the pocket and he has to get off to a good start, get into that rhythm. And Coach Golesh talked about that also, getting that quarterback in rhythm. But we all know, guys, that when you can run the ball, that opens up so many things. And they were able to do that versus Southern Miss. Can they do the same thing? Probably not to the extent of 369 yards.
Not against Miami.
Right, not against Miami. But if you can do some of that, again, you take the pressure off of Brown and you open your offense up and you become that much more dangerous.
You know what, guys? I'm going to put a magic number out there for you. 25. If USF can run the ball 25 times, they may win this football game, and here's why. If you can stay multidimensional, that's the key. If you get down 14 and you have to throw the ball against Miami, or if Miami has to throw the ball, can't run it, advantage defense, because now those guys are coming. And Miami, hey, they bring the heat just as much as USF does. The key is to stay balanced as long as you can. If South Florida, it's a total Alabama scenario again. Go into halftime within a score, up a score, down a score, whatever. Keep it a football game. That way you can go from there. I think goalie said they had 17 possessions the other night. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. They've changed the clock rules in college football, so they're decreasing the possessions. So to get 17 in this with the new clock that's a big deal. All right, Leo, great stuff as always, my friend. Tell everybody how they can get your content.
Well, yeah, you go to Facebook and catch us there at ampedupsports.com. We're on YouTube, posting stuff daily. Our LSU people, Kelly Champion, William Smith, and Ryan Neal, were up at the South Carolina game. What a game. That had a heart attack written all over it, too. LSU got down 17-zip and came back and won. So
great game.
They're heading down to Baton Rouge for the UCLA game this weekend. While we're here for Miami, I'll tell you what. Is there a better time of the year, guys?
No, this is college football, baby. Yeah,
absolutely.
Unfortunately, FSU has to play this week too against Cal. That's going to be a disaster. So, but I can't wait for my new favorite team, USF, to play Miami.
I'll tell you what. How about what Central Florida did to come back last week?
Wow. Yes.
35-34, and they got the old Arkansas quarterback there, Peter. You know, KJ Jefferson. Remember
he
we
can
saw
play.
him in the Outback Bowl.
Yes, he's a tank.
He is a tank. He can play.
And guess what their next game is, JP?
Colorado, they got Dion coming in. Did you see Dion roast the media and say, "Oh, y'all are so jealous because the players are making more than you now, so you're attacking the players."
I said, "Hey, you know what I would tell him? Hey, play good so I can write good."
Yeah, exactly. And
guys, I got to get in the car.
All right, buddy.
Good to be on with you.
We'll see you, Leo. Thanks, buddy. All right, Peter, we'll take a break here. I'm going to reboot here because I am my computer's doing some weird things. We'll take a quick break. We're brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC. Go to their website, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. If you have any emergency issues with your AC or plumbing, they will come out in a jiff. Just give them a call. Go to the website or Google them. thirdgenerationplumbing.com. They do AC, they do plumbing, all kinds of different stuff around the house. Whatever you need, they can do it. And trust it, they've been doing this for 3 generations since 1995. thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Back in 3. Stay with us. It's football season, and we welcome back the Gator Report every Monday and Friday, sponsored by the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves lawgroup.com. Just go to the website. You can contact them through there. Scott Jeeves is a tremendous, aggressive attorney and a big Gator fan, so we appreciate him supporting this show and, of course, your Florida Gators. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. Whether it's personal injury or anything else, any law matter at all, it's the Jeeves Law Group, Jeeves lawgroup.com. Give them a call. Tell them JP sent you. All right, this is for all you guys who don't want to go to the gym and do 5,000 crunches. At Bay Area Modern Medical Center, you can get on the new True Body machine where you can reduce fat and tone up your muscle. It's like doing 54,000 crunches in just 15 minutes. Define your body as you see fit. True Body offers personalized muscle stimulation that delivers the equivalent of those 54,000 crunches in just 15 minutes. Just get in touch with them at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. Chris Lugo and the team over there will set you up on True Body and get amazing results. Non-invasive with comfortable and little to no pain and zero downtime. You can isolate and target those areas that you want to improve and treat multiple areas simultaneously. It's an amazing machine, so check it out at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. JP here to ask the question, are you planning an event, meeting, or conference? If so, you'll want to call the designers and production professionals at Extravaganza Productions Incorporated. With over 35 years of experience in the events industry, designing and producing every type of small to large event, they can provide a huge resource for design ideas, audio, visual, sound, lighting, decor, and entertainment to turn your event into an incredible experience for the entire audience. Folks, I've worked up close and personal with this group at many national events and Tampa events, and they have unique capabilities that help you save time and money in the planning and execution of your next event. Don't delay. Call these pros today at 813-621-4700 or check out their website at extravaganzaproductions.com. Tell them JP sent you, and they'll provide a free initial consultation for your event. Extravaganza Productions, the best of the business. Golfers, listen up. The hottest new driving range craze has come to Rogers Park in Tampa. The Top Tracer range is now open 10 to 9 p.m. And just like you see on TV, every shot is tracked for yardage and accuracy, giving you immediate feedback. And best of all, you can virtually play the top courses like Pebble Beach or St. Andrews with your buddies. Plus, great food and drink options available in the well-appointed hitting bays. Very comfortable out there. Reservations highly recommended, starting at $25 per hour, including balls. Reserve at rogersparkgolf.net. That's rogersparkgolf.net. See you there.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. By the way, Jeff Attanella is going to join us here, USF Hall of Famer.
Wow, nice.
Great goal. He's going to join us at 11:15. Smack Apparel he's with. They've got some great USF Miami shirts to show you guys. So if you're looking for something to wear to the game, always good to have the sucks to be you, for the University of Miami. That's an old favorite that the FSU fans have used for a long time. I'm trying to talk them into my new design. You can't spell dumb without UM. And then you have a quarterback taking a knee, question mark, question mark, question mark. I mean, that'd be a winner right there.
Absolutely. How about a DJ ukulele with Tiny Tim on that shirt? I mean, what would you rather see right now? Would you rather see DJ play quarterback or Tiny Tim sing you a song at this point?
My God. I take Tiny Tim on a loop.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, it's awful right now. And, I'm a Florida State fan. You're a Florida State homer. And we watch this and we see what's going on. And it's awful. It's tragic. And then on top of it, we have to hear Squidward, a.k.a. Paul Feinbaum,
oh my God,
talk about, and he's patting himself on the back. He's probably got the machine in the back there that he's getting revved up over and over again. I mean, that's how they get their goods.
Well, he gets some predictions right, gets most of them wrong.
Yep.
So every once in a while, a blind squirrel is going to find a nut. So what do you say? I will say this though. I don't know if you saw Deion's comments about once again taking on the media, telling all the guys, a bunch of you guys are jealous that the players are making more money than you. So now you're taking shots at them, taking personal shots at them, and targeting the players. I haven't seen necessarily any specific things like that. I know he's probably talking about his son who took some heat for some of the things that he's done, but maybe he should take some heat for some of the things that he's done and comport himself in a more sportsman-like manner. But, if you're going to go out and put it all out there and you're going to call everybody out, you got to expect to get a little fire back here and there. If you're gonna go out there and talk the talk, Deion, like you've always done your entire league, you always backed it up with your play. You always did that. Well, your team is not backing up the bluster with their play, and you're getting criticized for it. It's not because they're jealous that the players make more money. Hell, it's the people in the media that led the charge to get the players paid. People like me talking about it for 20 years that the players need to get paid. And I'm not glossing myself. I've been talking about it for that long, but the rest of the media finally caught on and started, this stupid narrative of, oh, you get a college education and then that should be good enough. Trust me, folks, it ain't good enough. You get a college education. What's it worth these days anyway? Yeah. I mean, and even if you're graduating from great universities, there ain't any jobs out there. Hate to tell you. But be that as it may, these kids need to be paid. And they got paid, and the media was a big part of it. So Deion, it's just always going to be this way with him. Anytime he gets criticized, he's got the thinnest skin of anybody I know. And you're going to put it all out there. You're going to challenge people and call other people out. And with all the, I'm bringing the baggage and it's Louis, you're going to get some pushback. Expect it. Put on your big boy pants and take it. Don't always have we have all. Listen, I don't necessarily like to defend the media in a lot of different cases because there's a lot of bad apples in our business, no question about it. But every time he seems to take them on, it seems, I don't know, very, very thin-skinned, in my opinion.
It is. It absolutely is. And, being a head coach in college football at a major program, that's what you have to deal with. Now, betting odds came, I don't know if you saw this, according to Bet Online Sportsbooks, the current betting favorite to become the next coach of the Florida State Seminoles is none other than Deion Sanders at plus 300, Matt Rule at plus 400, Lane Kiffin plus 600, Pat Surtain Sr. plus 700, and then Jamie Chadwell at plus 1,000. So already Mike Norvell watch has started with Bet Online. See, he's
got a $60 million buyout. They're not firing him, nor should they.
Right.
I mean, I've been very critical of him. I don't know what the hell he's doing with this DJU thing. It makes no sense to me. Maybe it is NIL related. I don't know. If it is, if he's got a no benching clause in his NIL contract,
right,
lose my effing mind. It doesn't make any sense. I know he's a better coach than this. He's a great offensive mind. He could see before anybody that this is not working. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. And he's not – listen, he made some bad moves in the portal, and he counted on some kids to step up that aren't good and don't have the heart or whatever, can't get it done. And professional GMs make these bad decisions all the time. Now you're going to see it a lot in college. Free agency is a crapshoot. The portal is a crapshoot. They're great players rarely get into the portal. Rarely, because the teams want to keep them. And, there are some. There's lots of exceptions. I get it. Sure. You're adverse. But when you're coming from a smaller program, that's a different thing. Okay? When, if you're at Alabama and you're transferring to Florida State, those players have not really stood out, And if they were that great, I think Alabama would have done everything to keep them. And they weren't. So Malik Benson's just an okay receiver. The left guard Ferguson, it's terrible. Took a terrible penalty the other day. Big kid, but he's been terrible. The whole offensive line's been terrible. But the portal is what it is. And Mike Norvell whiffed this year. 2 years he did great. This year he whiffed. So go back to the drawing board next year and see what happens. Continue to try to recruit. But he's got to be a better game coach. He's failed on that level. But again, decisions that have not worked out, that you got to make decisions in these situations. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. He's on a really bad run right now. He's on a really bad run.
Yeah.
But I have confidence he'll turn it around. Will he win a national championship? I don't know. It's hard. Only one team wins it a year. And the odds are stacked against FSU because of the conference they're in, clearly, and other issues, as opposed to a Georgia or an Alabama or a Florida, Tennessee. They're in the SEC. They have all the things that they need. They have all the money. They have all the promotion. They have all the spotlight. They have everything they need. It's not a level playing field. That's just the truth. So will he win a national championship? I don't know. Is he a good coach? I think he is. He won 13 games last year. It's very hard to do. He won the ACC. Very hard to do. He brought a program back from the death bed. So we got to give him some credit. It's not like the guy in Gainesville hasn't done anything. Okay? He hadn't won 13 games. He hadn't won the SEC. He hadn't won 10 games. He hadn't had a winning season. And Mike's done all that. So let's just cool down. And just from a financial standpoint, there's no way FSU could absorb a $60 million hit. No way. And nor do you want to be changing coaches like Florida's been changing coaches every 3 years. You don't want to do that either. It just keeps you cycling at the bottom. So relax, FSU fans. I know you're upset. If you don't want to go to the game, don't. I would say go to the game. Try to go to the game. It's hard, though, to watch DJU. It's just hard. And I think he's lost the fan base. I really do. And that's not good.
No, it's definitely not good, and that's why I say Deion could definitely end up with the Florida Gators. As people were laughing at me about this, just because Florida State turned him down out of spite, and because Deion wants to get back into the state of Florida. If Florida comes calling, and Lane Kiffin is not a guy who wants to get into this situation, or maybe even Urban Meyer, which I think is certainly a possibility for him to come back to coaching, and why not come back to Florida? That's why I believe Deion Sanders could be one of the number one candidates there, because he knows the state of Florida. He feels comfortable in the state of Florida. And also he could bring his sons with him and most likely bring all his recruits from Colorado.
Well, Shador's going to the NFL. So, and Shiloh, I don't think is that great a player.
Right.
So I don't think, but do you want to hire that circus?
I mean, that's Florida right now is desperate, right? So you go from Billy Napier. Do you go back to Urban Meyer? Do you go to Lane?
So you're going to go hire a guy that went 4-8 at Colorado and got boat raced in every conference game he played, just about.
Yeah, I mean,
and the what's going on within his program.
Yeah,
players, ex-players, and players saying there's the locker room is, there is bullying going on through his kids. They're getting favored status. There's cash and guns and jewelry and guys fight. We have assistant coaches getting in fights on camera. I mean, it's a complete clown show.
Yeah.
This is what you want to follow up Billy Napier with that? I mean, does FSU want to bring that in? I'm going to say that's a hard no.
Yeah,
no.
I agree. No. I can completely agree, but I definitely think he'll be on that list. And there was also a report yesterday that was thrown out that eventually when the Carolina Panthers and their owner fires Dave Canales, that they would be interested in a Deion Sanders. I mean, that
sounds perfect for Carolina.
Absolutely.
What a disaster of a franchise. You know what?
Yes.
Please make that happen. Please make that happen.
He could bring his quarterback in, his son in, and everybody else.
Oh,
and
yes.
That's what it's about. But we do have some breaks.
Yes. Well, they have a thing called the NFL draft. So you can't, just because you hire a coach doesn't mean the kid's coming with him. So
we do have some breaking news here from ESPN. ESPN senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski has agreed to become the general manager of the men's basketball program at St. Bonaventure. And now he's retired, of course, with the Woj bombs with him and his breaking news when it comes to the NBA. So
he's going where?
St. Bonaventure.
To be the what?
To be the general manager of the men's basketball program at St. Bonaventure. The role includes name, image, and likeness, recruiting and supporting successful Bonnie's coach, Mark Schmidt. Yeah.
Woj is going to be the GM at St. Bonnie's basketball.
Yes. So does that work? Does that work out for you? Can a media personality transition over into, because he does know something, right? I mean, he does have some inside news, but has he taken a look at prospects? Does he know how to recruit? Does he know how to do all that? I mean, does he have to have some of that experience, or I mean, what exactly is his role when it comes to being a general manager of the men's basketball program at St. Bonaventure?
Well, the coach picks the players. He's still going to be doing the talent evaluations. His role is going to be more from a business standpoint of getting NIL, and then dispersing NIL, and I'm guessing working with scouting other players in the transfer portal. But basically what GMs do in the NFL and the NBA, they're now hiring these positions for college. Because it's very similar. You have an NIL budget, basically, which is your salary cap. You work on retaining players. You work on finding players. So, wow, you're going from a very, very visible position in the media at ESPN to, a relatively anonymous position at St. Bonaventure. You're not even the coach.
Right.
So that's interesting. I wonder, there's got to be a backstory to that.
Well, this is what he had to say. The craft transformed my life, but I've decided to retire from ESPN and the news industry. I understand the commitment required in my role, and it's an investment that I am no longer driven to make. Time isn't an endless supply, and I want to spend mine in ways that are more personally meaningful.
Atta boy.
I leave with overwhelming gratitude for countless mentors and colleagues, subjects, and stories. Readers and viewers, no one has benefited more than me from that belief, trust, and generosity of others. The past 7 years at ESPN have been particularly privileged, and I am appreciative of the company's leadership, especially from Jimmy Patero and Christian Daigle, for the understanding and acceptance of my decision to make a life change. After all these years reporting on everyone's teams, I'm headed back to my own. There you go.
How about that? I applaud him for that. I tell you what, man, choosing quality of life over the spotlight.
Sure.
And I think I applaud him dramatically. That is fantastic. Good for you, Woj. Good for you. I wonder if there's more of a backstory. Was he going to get fired? Did he say something nice about FSU or against men being in women's sports? Because that'll get you fired at ESPN quickly.
Absolutely. Or saying Caitlin Clark is better than Angel Reese, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't be doing that.
Yeah, because everybody's, they're throwing that out there that Angel Reese should be the rookie of the year.
Oh my God.
Obviously, look at the numbers.
She's had a great year. She's had a great year.
Yeah,
she's had a record-setting year.
Sure, great year missing all her shots.
Yeah.
So she can rebound it. Absolutely. Yeah, she's had but compared to Caitlin, let's throw it out there. Caitlin Clark is obviously
she's a rookie of the year. She should be, Asia Wilson's had a hell of a year too. Sure. I don't know but definitely rookie of the year. That's a no-brainer. She's done things in the WNBA that have never been done before. So is Angel. But I think Caitlin's games are more, triple doubles, assists, all those things. They both had a tremendous year, no question. But I would give the edge to Caitlin, no question. And plus, what she's been able to do with her team too, to resurrect the worst team in the league. That's pretty good too. One other college football thing I wanted to hit here before we hit the break. Tennessee, University of Tennessee is charging their fans a 10% talent fee to pay the players. This is the most disingenuous thing I think I've ever seen in college sports. And it's absolutely sickening. Okay. You're getting hundreds of millions of dollars from TV revenue and the SEC share, which is the most in college sports. The football program reportedly made a $75 million profit last year. You got 110,000 people coming to Neyland Stadium. Tennessee is not the richest zip code in the world. These fans, it's a stretch for them to pay what they're already paying. And by the way, costs, for all fan bases in college are going through the freaking roof. Mm-hmm. And you're sitting here saying, oh, it's because we have to, pay the players now. We're going to pass basically saying the putting the blame on the players, which is horse crap. It's not the players' fault that you guys mismanaged the finances for so long and were so greedy that all the fat cats and administrators and coaches were making ridiculous amounts of money and the players were making nothing. You're going to keep doing irresponsible things like paying $76 million buyouts to coaches and then tell me that it's the players' fault that you have to put a 10% talent fee on it? Shut up. You too. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Feinbaum. Shut up, Feinbaum. It is unconscionable that University of Tennessee would do that and make it and say it's a talent fee to point the finger at the players. Shame on you, whoever came up with that idea. Shame on you, because that's exactly what you're trying to do. Point the finger at the players. Oh, y'all want to pay the players? Well, 10% tax on it. How about you go cut some of the fat from those administrator salaries? How about you stop paying $76 million buyouts and be responsible with the contracts that you write? It's ridiculous. Stop paying, there's got to be a cap on these coaches' payments. Absolutely, 100%. And the buyouts as well. They're just wasting money. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side and chat with Jeff Attinella, HOFer for USF. He also works with that great T-shirt company, and we'll smack apparel, and we'll talk about the new T-shirts coming out for the USF Miami game. All that and more coming up next. Stay with us. Discover a world of elegance and sophistication at the Gold and Diamond Source. Whether you're searching for your first piece or celebrating a special milestone, their expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. Navigating the world of fine jewelry can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Their knowledgeable staff is dedicated to helping you choose the perfect piece, ensuring you feel confident and informed. At the Gold and Diamond Source, they pride themselves on offering only the highest quality jewelry, From stunning engagement rings to timeless watches, each piece is crafted with precision and care. So take advantage of their 5 years interest-free financing. This means you can get a $5,000 piece and only pay $83 a month. And if you're new to buying diamonds, their first-time buyer program will educate you on the 4 C's: cut, color, clarity, and carat, and help you understand the different shapes and sizes available. Go enjoy the great staff at the Golden Diamond Source. You'll be family forever. It's the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
Hey, Tampa Bay sports fans. This is two-time LPGA major champion Jane Geddes here. After winning the U.S. Open and 10 other LPGA events, I wanted to try something completely different. So I came right off the top turnbuckle and landed in the crazy world of WWE. And yes, you heard that right. That's WWE. Working for the Vince McMahon as the VP of Talent Relations for the company. Now, though, I want to work for you. Everything I've done in my life, I've done with incredible passion. And now I've turned my focus to leading the best real estate team in Tampa Bay, the Geddes Gordon Group with Keller Williams in South Tampa. If you're looking for a new home, an investment property, or looking to sell your current home, we will give you major championship level service. When you choose Geddes Gordon Group, you become part of our inner circle, like family. So if you're looking for a few golf tips or a golf course view, we're going to stripe it right down the fairway. Call me at 813-485-6808 or go to gettysgordongroup.com, or again, give me a ring at 813-485-6808.
JP here for Third Generation AC and Plumbing. And Third Generation really says it all, folks. The owner, my friend John Rodriguez, has been in the AC and plumbing business since 1995. They built their business on honest assessments and doing great work on time for a great price. Simple, right? Did you know many AC techs are incentivized on big commissions to sell new AC units, and you might just need a drain cleared? So if you want someone you can trust, that's John Rodriguez and Third Generation Services. Check out the 5-star Google reviews. If you have a plumbing or AC emergency, call 813-961-8024 and a human will answer the phone. That's 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Hey, it's football season, so we welcome back the FSU Football Report every Monday and Friday on the JP Peterson Show, sponsored by those huge FSU fans at Italiano Insurance. They'll save you money as well. Just do a quick insurance checkup, 813-877-7799. They just saved me $500 on homeowners insurance. Who's doing that? Yeah, they just shopped it around, found a better, cheaper company, and we got a cheaper price. And business insurance. Make sure you're covered or you could lose your personal wealth. That's 813-877-7799. ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Noles.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, one of South Tampa premier traditional Italian restaurant. We were recently voted number 3 on Open Table list of Tampa Bay's top 10 restaurants. We're very proud of that because we take great care of preparing each dish by hand with homemade sauces, pastas, only the freshest local ingredients. You won't see the big institutional vendor trucks pulling up to our back door. We get our seafood from local vendors. Sometimes I even drive out to Topper Springs and pick out our daily catch right off those boats. So stop by and say hello. Try our traditional lasagna, the fresh veal, some of our signature dishes like capelli al granchio, that is angel hair with lump crab meat, our branzino, that is a sea bass. We're located at 4205 South McDill, and you can make a reservation on Open Table and read all the great reviews. See you soon. Ciao. Grazie.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on Hump Day with the great Peter Blake from the Sports Web. We will be out at Raymond James Stadium once again this weekend for your post-game live pleasure, doing our post-game show presented by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com, and Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. So go
pregame also. Pregame, don't forget.
That's right. You'll be doing pregame at What the Buck, right?
That's What the Buck Tailgate. We'll have a pregame show about a couple hours away from about 2:30. We'll be live here on all these social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, maybe even Instagram. We'll see how the Wi-Fi holds up. But we'll be talking to Bucs fans, plenty of Bucs fans out there. And you're more than welcome to join me out there, JP. Although the last time I went out there, I decided to make the stupid mistake of not having a tent, which I had access to.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna definitely do that because again, my phone became a hotspot that day.
I got one of those. I'll bring one to you. Need a cover? I got one.
Yeah, we got a tent out there, so we'll be fine, and we'll try to protect the equipment because
you will fry out there, my friend.
Yes,
September day. All right, well, let's welcome in Jeff Antonella from our great friends at Smack Apparel, USF Hall of Fame goalie way back in the day for the men's soccer team, and of course of the Portland Timbers of MLS. What's up, Jeff? How are you? Do we have you? I see someone down there.
You have a video.
Hello?
Yes.
Good boys. How we doing?
Good. Do we have video
working? I can't seem to pull myself up.
No, we don't have a camera, but we got your audio.
That works. That's probably for the best anyway.
Well, you can't hold up the great T-shirts. I wanted to see the T-shirts you got for this week. What's up, partner? How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good. Great to have you on.
It's a good time to be a Tampa Bay football fan. I know that much.
A fan of your work, by the way. Yeah.
Did you go to the Bucs season opener?
I did, yeah. I toughed it out. Luckily, last year I went to the one where they opened up for Chicago, and that was a 1 p.m.er. And that was one that, with the Heat, we talked about how you got to earn your fandom when you go to those opening games.
Man.
But this one wasn't as bad. It was a little bit more fun watching the offense be explosive, and it was a good time all around.
So this USF game is going to be nuts. Miami comes in here. I can't remember the last time we've had a game where we had it. It kind of reminds me of the West Virginia game back in, what was that, 2007, where they were number 5. Miami comes in number 8. They're opening up the upper deck. Going to be 60,000 fans. This is going to be bananas. I'm sure you're excited about this one as a Bull alum.
Yeah, I mean, we're fired up. I mean, it's a shame my camera's not working. We busted out our classic Sucks to Be You shirt this time in the USF colors so that fans can talk a little bit of smack to the Miami people coming in. But it's, as a USF grad, as a USF fan, just to see how far along the program's come in the last couple of years under Alex Golich, it's just been something to really be, excited about and just optimistic about all the things that are going on. And, anytime you get the chance to night game, ESPN, all the good things that you want your program to be on display going up against an in-state rival, it has all the makings for what could be a really special night for this program and just a fun night for everybody involved in the university.
Well, I got a picture of the shirt that you sent me. So I'll put it up there. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, there we go. I appreciate it. I know I got mine on. I wish it was working, but
Sucks to Be You. It's a classic. Are you going to make the one I told you to make? You can't spell dumb without UM.
Right now it's kind of hard. I think that would be the only one that would work for Florida State fans right now when we're in the world when we're in the world of talking smack. But it's fun.
We can't talk any smack right now. We got nothing.
No, so I have a pretty funny story about that. So we went over to Ireland, my wife and I. She went to Florida State, so she's a big Florida State fan, and I call myself a Florida State fan through marriage.
Of course.
And we came up with these shirts. It was like Revenge Tour 2024, and we're wearing it all around Ireland. Everybody's like, "I love that shirt. We can't wait for that. Like, it's going to be a great year." And then once the game ended, it was like, I think these shirts might not withstand the test of time.
What happens how many did you print? I hope you sold them before the game.
Yeah, I mean, we sold a decent amount before, but obviously the optimism has us thinking we might need to donate those or something.
We're going to see Nicaraguan kids wearing those sometime soon. We'll send them down. Okay, maybe. That's the way it goes, right? In your business, you come up with some themes and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, right? Did we lose Jeff?
Sorry, I should be back. Our power just tripped a little bit, but I should be back if you can hear me.
Yeah, I got you. We got you again.
Okay, great. Sorry about that.
Have you had other experiences like that where you kind of put a theme T-shirt out there and things don't go the way you might have thought?
Oh my gosh! I mean, how much time do we have on the show?
Tell me some highlights.
Let me think. So that was a big one. We actually had a big one. We were actually talking about this the other day that we're going to start doing some content based around, the best shirts we've ever had or some of the biggest flops that we've ever had.
Yeah.
And if you remember, I think it was 2009 where Tampa Bay was wearing the plaid, the Rays were wearing the plaid suits. Yes. And that was like the big theme. And, we were, projected to be a team that was going to be in the World Series.
Because we were the year before,
so we made these plaid shirts that were just awesome. People were loving them. People were like spotting them out from everywhere. And we got them in Publix. We did all the things that we'd have to do to have a big shirt. And then, of course, they lost to the Rangers. I think they got swept. So that things like that are always a bummer. And then, anything, we had a Sucks to Be You shirt going for Florida that was doing really well. And then, they get drubbed by 30 points at home. And so, there's so many things that are like swings and misses. Even something, we do a lot of really good Notre Dame shirts too. If you're a Notre Dame football fan, we have some of the best stuff out there. So, but when they lose to a team like Northern Illinois and that momentum slows down a little bit and fans aren't as fired up, those types of things, always affect business. But of course, it works out on the other side too. Last year when Florida State got snubbed out of the playoffs, we came up with our "If you can't beat us, cheat us" shirt, and that thing took off. That was what we always try to do is tap into the emotions. And sometimes the fans that are most emotional and fired up, it ends up being a disappointing game or a disappointing season for them. But sometimes too, it's everything kind of falls into place, and people love what we do. So there's definitely been those ups and downs, but as far as this USF game is concerned, I think it's going to be something that's really exciting. Hopefully, you'll see a bunch of these Sucks to Be You shirts out there. We've been selling a bunch of them. I know fans are talking all this trash online. The Miami fans, the USF fans are going at it. So it should be a fun. I mean, everybody stay safe. Do the right things. Don't
get stupid. We're not fighting. We're not doing no violence here. Smack talk is fine. But, you have a little smack talk and then you buy each other a beer. That's the way it's supposed to work, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Jeff's going in and out. Jeff, you still there? He's going out. We wacky Wi-Fi. Wacky Wi-Fi Wednesday.
That's what it's exactly what it's been at this point. Let's get him out of there. Let's see if we can
bring him back in.
Here.
The old reboot. See if it works.
All right, let's see again. Let's see. Jeff, are you there?
Are you back?
Are you back?
He's not.
No, he's not there. So there you go. That happens sometimes. So you can always call the phone line if he needs.
I think he's having power issues there. So
I wanted to ask him what was his favorite shirt besides the ones that were mentioned.
They've had some really, really good ones. We'll go to their website, smackapparel.com. Or I think that's what it is, or just Google Smack Apparel, and you'll see all the different shirts you can get this week for USF fans. And from a USF Hall of Famer, we're gonna.
There he is!
Now we can see him.
Now we got him.
Now we started clicking. There we go.
All right, there we go. All right, no, that's nice. That is
there we
nice.
Go. Everything just started working all of a sudden.
Yeah. Perfect. I wanted to ask you, Jeff, welcome back, of course. What was your favorite shirt that you guys did, but besides the ones that we mentioned?
So my favorite shirt of all time is, it was actually 2008. I'm a huge Tampa guy. I'm a big Tampa sports fan through and through. That's kind of been the thing that I've carried with me, kept me really close to home. But in 2008, I was the guy that had season tickets for the Rays since opening day. My family had them. We were long-suffering Rays fans. And when they ended up making that run and making the World Series seemingly out of nowhere, and Smack Apparel, I didn't even know that my soon-to-be was going to that is representing within this company, but they came out with the new Beast of the East, and it was like, sorry Yankees, sorry Red Sox, sorry Orioles on the back.
I remember that
was
one.
A shirt that I saw people wearing it, and we try to make shirts where we make people stop and say, I have to have that shirt. And that was one of them where I was like, I need to have that shirt.
Well, that was an awesome one, and you guys have done some great stuff over the years, and so looking forward. So you're going to the game on Saturday wearing that shirt, right?
I don't know if I'll be repping this one. I'll be repping something USF. I think sometimes with the smack talk and kind of being the relationship that I have with USF, I always need to tread a little bit carefully when I'm promoting some of the stuff that we do. But I'll definitely be in the house. I wouldn't miss it for anything. And I've been converting. My mission right now is to convert all these UF and Florida State fans that have no one to cheer for right now.
Exactly.
Really
I'm in.
To look forward to.
I'm on the bandwagon, bro. I'm like, I'm always going to support my team. I'm not abandoning Florida State. But I've taken a more, focused approach to USF and where their games are, as opposed to maybe planning trips to Tallahassee. I'm just like, until we get a new quarterback, I have no interest in, really diving in. I can't take it anymore. I've been abused. So many fans have. So I'm jumping on the USF train.
Yeah, hop on, man. Do you
100%.
think that DJU's? I don't think DJU is the only reason, though. Do you? I think that kind of across the board things are.
I think there's tons of reasons. But he is obviously the main one that can affect the most change. I think he's too slow for the RPO game. So that kills your running game. He's not accurate as a passer. He's a standstill quarterback. He's running into sacks. He can't elude anything. He's just terrible at everything. I just see no upside. There's nothing. I don't see anything he does well. He's not a leader. I hate to make it personal. I'm talking about his play. He's not just a fine young man, but his play has been awful, and it's holding the offense back. And I think that one change you can't be any worse at the position. You just can't. And I think Brock Glenn
might start
is
developing
promising
somebody a little bit,
right? I mean, you recruited a 4 and a 5 star quarterback. Let him play. You recruited him.
I posed this question on Smack social media today, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. Which fan base do you think is in a worse spot right now, Florida or Florida State?
That's a good one. I think Florida State's in a better spot too, because I can paint a picture where if DJU finally gets hurt or something, and Brock Glenn comes in and starts to move the offense, and he starts playing a lot of these younger players that the Hakeem Williams and the Charles Lester III, these 5 stars that are sitting on the bench, and these young kids come in and start playing well, and you start developing them. Well, then you're building on something. As far as Napier and Norvell's proven he can win 13 games and win a conference championship. Napier hasn't proven that. He's not proven anything. He's that more than he can win in the Sun Belt. So I think Florida's got their recruiting class is upcoming is deteriorating. They got to fire their coach. They're going to have to pay him, and then who are they going to get? Can they get Lane Kiffin?
They almost need to do a full rebuild where Florida State it's almost just retool a little
Scott
bit.
Strickland, their athletic director, the one that should be making the hire. I would argue no. He has not done a good job. He has tanked the entire athletic program for the most part compared to what Jeremy Foley did. So I think Florida's they're in a long rebuild where I think FSU is probably in a better, and the conference thing has to get worked out too. So neither one of them are in enviable positions right now. And what's weird is how fast FSU has fallen. Yeah. That's the shocking part is how fast it's happened. And
that was quick.
Yeah, it was.
That was quick. It was really quick.
That escalated quickly.
We had Revenge Tour. We had a shirt that was like Fear the Future, Envy the Past. That thing was selling like crazy. We had all these Florida State things, and we were all fired up. We went to Ireland. We're like, can't miss Georgia Tech. Easy dub.
Hey, did you see? Speaking of that, did you see the guys selling the scarves? They had these scarves.
I got a scarf. Yeah, I got one. There were
the one that says Georgia versus Florida.
No.
Somebody sold scarves that they forgot to put the Tech and the State part on. They just thought, they're an Irish company. Oh, but Georgia and Florida are playing. Okay, good. Let's make a scarf and we'll have the colors. So it's the colors of Georgia Tech and FSU, but it says Georgia versus Florida.
That's pretty funny.
You're not gonna sell a lot of those.
That's pretty good.
You missed the nuance there.
It was funny being out there, though. I mean, you could tell I was speaking to a lot of people that, you're just going around the scene talking to people, and there's so many people that's like the sports highlight of their time in Ireland. Or like they live in Ireland, but they're huge football fans.
Yeah.
So they're just saying, I'm just happy to see American football being played. So I'll come no matter who's playing. I don't care who's playing in this game. I'll come every year. So that was a pretty cool part of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
the people of Ireland are amazing.
It was a great trip. All the Florida State people that I was with were much sadder than I was. And I was just kind of like, oh, yeah, all right, let's go back to the bar. So,
yeah, exactly. I mean, Dublin is such a magical city. The people are so amazing. It was worth it. Even though you go and lose, it's worth every penny. It was fantastic. So exactly. The trip was great. I'd do it again 100%. But damn, that may be the highlight. That was at least a competitive game. The other two haven't been very competitive, to be quite honest. So we're heading in the wrong direction. Hey, before you go, I wanted to ask you about the United States men's national team. Obviously, you played MLS soccer. You've been involved in American soccer for a while. And Mauricio Pochettino, did I say that right?
Nailed it.
Pochettino is the new coach, comes over from Chelsea. Somebody came up with the money, thank God, and wrote the check that we now have a European coach, which I think is needed. I think we need a little bit of a change. I know you're an MLS guy. What are your thoughts on this guy coming in at this time, less than 2 years before the World Cup?
I mean, he's someone that he checks all the boxes, right? He's the big hire that has coached at the highest level, coached at the biggest tournaments, and I do think that giving Berhalter the opportunity to see how the things went in that tournament, once you had that rehire, was the right decision, because you had to see how things were trending and in what direction things were going. And then when it went the way that it did, moving on from him and trying to find a high-profile coach who he's going to be more of the story, and he's going to be able to grab more of the headlines and be more of the focal point than the players are. And I think that that's important, because when you look at the players that we have, you know, a coach like Berhalter, he's a good coach. You know, he's done a lot of good things in MLS, but you're talking about players that play at the highest level across the world. Yeah. And you need a coach. You need a coach that has coached players like this before. You need a coach who's not afraid, who's a little bit bigger than these players, to say, you know, you might be a high-profile player, you might have this pedigree, but if you're not doing what I'm asking you to do, if you're not performing, I have no problem putting you on the bench, because, like, I'm the alpha in this situation. Where I think before it was more of you know, the players were a little bit more of the alphas than the coach was, and he didn't have as much ground to stand on. And, you know, that's all speculation, but that's just me coming from someone.
I think it's a great point. I was taken aback by when Carly Lloyd said that at the World Cup, and I thought it was really eye-opening, and I hadn't thought of it this way. But she said, he goes, you know, we hated our coaches. We hated our coaches. We did, you know, but they pushed us. They pushed us hard, and they made us champions. And it was, the feeling was that Berhalter really didn't do that. That he was more a relational guy, like, you know, just was really more buddies with the players and wouldn't make the hard choices, or maybe they didn't even respect him in that way. And he just took it as far as he could. So I think you're 100% correct. And I think they're headed in the right direction. Whether they get it done or not, you know, I still think it's a long shot. But what does success look like in this World Cup that we're hosting? Just getting out of your group?
No, I think quarterfinals.
I think
quarterfinals, and you give yourself a chance to be in the mix to talk about the Final Four. I think that's what the ambitions and the goals should be. I think that, you know, to your point, when you're talking about a guy like Berhalter, he didn't have that extra little, like, kick that you're looking for, right?
The gravitas.
Like the player pool was always the same. All the players were always the same. There was never that energy to try to inject somebody different who might fit the system a little bit better. And, you know, if you look back at, you know, when we had Klinsmann, I had a couple buddies that were fortunate enough to make that World Cup team. And the same thing, they talked about every single day, like, you never knew who was going to be in the lineup. You never knew what he was thinking. And he kept people guessing. And, you know, he made some decisions that if you go to the normal script of U.S. soccer and you're not, you know what I mean, if you're someone from the mold of U.S. soccer, he made some roster decisions that, you know, would have never been made, or players that he pulled that he thought meant more to the team in his situation. And they had a great run. So, you know, now we're pulling somebody that's from out of the system. He hasn't been within this whole foundation of U.S. soccer for all that long. And he's going to purely put a team together that he thinks
based
is
on
capable
merit
of performing the best in this one tournament. So you're not dealing with all that other nonsense. You're not dealing with the politics of anything. It's just a European coach who's going to call it like he sees it, try to put the best team on the field no matter who it is, and try to get results. And I think that's exactly what we need for such a big World Cup.
Awesome analysis, my friend. And I'm looking forward to it now to see what he does. It's going to be interesting, but I think you nailed it right there. All right, partner, tell everybody how they can get the great T-shirts. Where's the website? All that good stuff.
Yeah, smackapparel.com. Please check us out. And, of course, you know, we do stuff for Florida. We have some stuff for Tampa Bay, the pro game as well. We have our shake and bakes, our buck around and find out. Those are picking up steam now that we got some believers. Now that we got some more believers on the train, on this Bucs train after that big win versus Detroit.
Yes.
So, you know, you can check us out for that. Or if you're a college football fan of just about anybody or a pro fan of anybody, we do stuff for everybody. So just check us out at smackapparel.com.
Ooh, buck around and find out. I like that one.
We'll get you one. We'll get you one. We'll get you one. That's a good one for you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Jeff. You're the best.
Thank you, guys. Sorry about the Wi-Fi.
No, you're all good. Smack Apparel, we got you on smackapparel.com where you get them. Good stuff. I love watching international soccer and U.S. men's national team. It's just been such a hard watch for the past couple of years. It's been so disappointing. So new blood, change is good in this situation. I think Jeff really nailed it there as far as what this program needs. It's too much. It's just too much buddy stuff. Guys that have been around, their parents, their everything. You don't want to sit them on the bench. I get it. But it's not the way it should be. The best players should be playing. All right, partner, I'm going to run off to Bucs. I got to get out of here and get to the Bucs. You'll take us the rest of the way.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Trusted friend.
Yes, we'll go out to a break really quick here. As always, JP, thanks a lot. And we'll see you next week. We'll see you on Sunday.
See you Sunday. Absolutely. Yes, thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. There we go.
Quick break. Peter will be back in 3 minutes. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man, Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. If you're feeling run down, your workout sucks, or your sexual libido is not what it used to be, check out Bay Area Modern Medical Center. That happened to me a few years ago, and I found out I had the testosterone level of a second-grade girl. That's not good. Our food, environment, and stress can cause your T levels to drop. Bay Area Modern Medical Center can help, and they are different. They offer customized hormone replacement for both men and women. Christopher Lugo and his medical staff can help you restore your energy, your sex drive, and your feelings of well-being. It was a total game changer for me. I have way more energy, lost 30 pounds, and I'm performing better in all areas of my life. Nobody wants to talk about sexual health, but it's key to a balanced life. We offer discreet treatments with real-world results. So if you're suffering from a lack of interest in sex, ED, or lack of sexual stamina, Dr. Lugo and his staff can help. Take your health care to the next level at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com. JP here to ask the question, are you planning an event, meeting, or conference? If so, you'll want to call the designers and production professionals at Extravaganza Productions Incorporated. With over 35 years of experience in the events industry, designing and producing every type of small to large event, they can provide a huge resource for design ideas, audio, visual, sound, lighting, decor, and entertainment to turn your event into an incredible experience for the entire audience. Folks, I've worked up close and personal with this group at many national events and Tampa events, and they have unique capabilities that help you save time and money in the planning and execution of your next event. Don't delay. Call these pros today at 813-621-4700 or check out their website at extravaganzaproductions.com. Tell them JP sent you, and they'll provide a free initial consultation for your event. Extravaganza Productions, the best of the business. Hey, if you love golf and the new Top Tracer virtual golf experiences that have taken the golf world by storm, well, you're going to love the new Top Tracer range at Rogers Park in Tampa. It combines the fun of competing virtually on the world's greatest courses like Pebble Beach or St. Andrews with an outdoor range experience to track your ball, not just hitting it to that net. I love it. They have great brand new spacious covered bays, huge fans blowing down. It's very enjoyable even when it's hot. So grab your golf buddies. Great price, $25 an hour up to $45 at peak times. Balls are included, and you can also play the new short course for just $9. It's all at rogersparkgolf.net. To reserve a bay, go to rogersparkgolf.net. I'll see you there.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on a happy hump day edition here. I'm Peter Blake. Plenty of things to talk about today when it comes to your Tampa Bay sports. Of course, the Bucs getting ready for the Denver Broncos at 2-0. We haven't taken any phone calls today. I haven't had the opportunity to rev it up, so I'm going to rev it up for you. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You could talk about that big win with the Bucs versus the Lions. What were your thoughts on that? What do you expect coming in against the Denver Broncos, which, a lot of people aren't, I think there's some people out there looking past them. And of course, it's easy to do that. And the proof will be in the pudding if this team is going to do that on Sunday. Because right now they are sky high. But we have seen this before, Bucs fans, have we not? We have seen where it doesn't just apply to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It applies to, all the teams in the National Football League. Because that's what it comes down to, not for long. I mean, you can have a team that plays well one week, and then they start to believe their press clippings, and then the very next week, they come out flat. So you're hoping that's not going to happen on Sunday versus a Denver Bronco team that has a rookie quarterback right now that is struggling. Which, oh, by the way, most of all the rookie quarterbacks at this point are struggling, besides Jaden Daniels, which the Bucs were able to beat. I mean, if you told me coming into this in 2024 with the quarterbacks that have been drafted that there would be 0 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns for this quarterback class that had all the hype, right? Had all of it. Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, struggling the other night. Especially Williams. Did he not look like Justin Fields there versus the Texans? Yeah, he did. It's amazing how, a quarterback can have all this ability and all this talent and all these outside weapons, but you forget as a football fan what really makes a team. It's within the lines. That Bears offensive line, did it improve? Not the other night. Didn't look good, did it? Everybody wants to talk about the talent. This guy is talented. He's better than Justin Fields. Was he? Not the other night. He was not. So you got to have an offensive line. We saw that on Sunday with the Bucs, right? With Luke Gedeke missing time there. I mean, how important is he? Check the injury report. Hopefully he's playing, because you definitely don't want to get your quarterback killed. But you're not going to face Aiden Hutchinson on Sunday. Thank God for that. I want to go out to these comments. So we definitely got that on the table when it comes to Bucs versus the Broncos. What are some of the matchups you're looking forward to? Nothing new on the injury front. We'll get more of that today. That's where JP's going. He's going right out there to $1 to cover it. So he'll give you some insight tomorrow. Will Kalijah Kancey play? It doesn't certainly seem like it, because with the calf injury, you're definitely going to be, you're going to definitely take precaution, because you don't want that to be a lingering thing. And when he got hurt, there was a lot of Bucs fans that said, oh no, not again, grown. So you hope that's not a lingering thing. What's the deal with Vita Vea? Asked this week. I put this out there on the sports web. If Vita Vea is not 100%, do you play him? I say you trust that Buccaneer organization, right? I say you trust Todd Bowles and Jason Light to make the right decision. But if he's not 100%, Bucs fans, would you play him? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 on the JP Peterson Show. But again, going back to it with the rookie quarterback, with Bo Nix. 11-5 lifetime with Todd Bowles and his defense, getting after it. So can they do it again? A lot of people have said Bowles and this defense struggles with a rookie quarterback. It's not true. It's really not true at this point. As I'm getting some text messages while I'm on air at this point. So let's check those out. This from Rick Stroud. Bucs are working out without pads indoors today. Luke Gedeke, concussion is here. Kalijah Kancey, Vita Vea, MCL sprain. Antoine Winfield Jr. were not working during the portion open to media. Winfield was present, but did not even see Vea. So that is the latest from Rick Stroud. Take from that what you will, as it most likely certainly seems like Vea may not play in this game, which is a possibility. So guys got to step up. That was the most impressive thing that you had to take out of that Lions win, with guys that, are not there stepping up. They're not just being guys. Christian Etienne isn't just a guy, right? He's been there before, maybe not in a safety situation, but on Sunday, he didn't miss a beat, did he? You didn't see blown coverages in that secondary. You saw him stepping up. Zion McCollum. A lot of people, once again, Bucs fans out there, moaning and groaning about moving on from Carlton Davis. I think they got it right there, guys, just off the 1-game sample, maybe 2-game sample, that Zion McCollum is the real deal. With, how big he is, how much length he has, how many plays he made, how many tackles he made, the first play of the game, making that interception, possibly having 2 interceptions. That was the right decision. So it's about guys stepping up. It's a tough ask for somebody to step up for Vita Vea. So let's go out to some of these comments, because I definitely want to hear from you guys here. Zion balled out. Absolutely. It was the right decision. Correct decision at this point. A younger, cheaper option that came in at a time that you need him versus that Lions offense, which, by the way, you're going to hear from. They're pretty good. But as my colleague told you on the sports web, if you watch that Monday and Wednesday nights from 9 o'clock here on all the social media platforms, Harry the Greek, who, by the way, is sick right now, or he would be here, along with my other guy there, Tampa Bay Ray, who's busy right now. He told you that if you get pressure, and this goes for any quarterback, you get pressure on any quarterback, you force them into those interceptions. And we saw that on Sunday. Even though the numbers don't necessarily demonstrate that with, the sack numbers, you look back at that fourth quarter when you get pressure up the gut, and guess what? Here comes the ball to Etienne. I think definitely the Bucs got away with it and that first play of the game, because it most likely was interference. But when you need to make that play, which you didn't see a lot of last year, you haven't seen the last couple years of this team, getting those turnovers when you have the opportunities. Because here's the difference. If you don't make those plays, especially in that fourth quarter, you give a good team like the Lions the opportunity to make some plays against you and possibly win that game. So again, great performances by guys that are stepping up, especially Zion McCollum. Let me go out to Rick. Devin White has a bruised ego. And I'm not going to read that. Salt is butter. Let's go out to Rick again. Just because Taylor Swift endorsed a candidate, she usually disappointed and breaks up every time. Can't trust her judgment. Exactly. We talked about that. The 4 certainties in this world are death, taxes, Taylor Swift breaking up with somebody eventually, and what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, Devin White being a cancer to the locker room. Which, by the way, if you're asking me if I'm surprised by that situation, no, I'm not. There is a reason why Devin White was only signed for $4.5 million. Your tape is what it shows. The tape does not lie. Right? It's old hip-hop song. Men lie, women lie, but tape doesn't lie. It should be a hit. It should be. Put that on a shirt, because tape doesn't lie. And the tape didn't lie last year when you watch White play on the field, whether he was injured or not. He wasn't good. He wasn't good at all. And the NFL general managers told you that. So am I shocked that he's not playing on that team right now? No. It may be physical. It may be also between the ears. Again, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Once again, on a happy hump day edition of the JP Peterson Show. I'm Peter Blake. Let's see here. Absolutely. Canes should be confident being the Kings of Florida once again, just like the good old days. But this is a test. Make no mistake about it. That is the other game that you're going to be watching if you're a Tampa Bay sports fan is USF versus the Miami Hurricanes, which once again coming into it, I believe they're like 16.5 underdogs. So once again, no respect for the USF Bulls team. I asked for phone calls. Let's go out to the phone line. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the JP Peterson Show.
Hey, this is Mike.
What's going on, Mike? Mike Stover, right? Big time Florida Gator fan. You're having your own problems, all right? What's on your mind?
Well, hopefully, I mean, it's an emergency at this point. We have to go along with a interim coach.
Okay.
So pretty much, I mean, I was thinking either Coach Orgeron from LSU or someone.
So Coach O at this point, that's the guy you want?
Yeah, and plus get rid of Strickland too.
Wow.
Have
wholesale changes.
Have Spurrier be the athletic director. So
you don't think they could turn this around? You have no confidence in Billy Napier that he'll be able to turn this around with the Florida Gators?
Hopefully, I mean, if we can't beat only 2 Mississippi State, then then it's time to hit the panic button. But I mean, hopefully.
I think the panic button has already been pressed so hard that it's probably broken at this point, honestly, with the Gators and Gator fans. And, we kind of foreshadowed to this, Mike, talking to one of our friends of the show, Titus O'Neill, where he didn't think that not only the fans, but the Gators were going to give him enough patience. But I don't know how you're patient with someone who is basically not showing you anything. It goes back to JP's point where you haven't won an SEC, where you haven't even won, 10 games. There's no light at the end of the tunnel if you're a Gator fan. Like, what do you build this on? Like, what is it? Is it quarterback play? Well, we know you don't have a quarterback at this point. You may a future guy, but you're going to have to play him, and you're going to have to go through the bumps in the road.
And the glaring issue is our defensive linemen, where the Texas A&M game, linebackers couldn't step up to that second level and make a proper sack, couldn't wrap up properly, and basically got dragged the entire game with a backup quarterback basically just basically pegged us apart down the field like Jalen Daniels did against the Buccaneers defense.
Well, I don't think he picked the Bucs apart when it comes to passing game, but definitely in the running game they did lose containment on a couple times. I know you're a big time Bucs fan, Mike. We got to run here, but what's the matchup you're looking forward to seeing with this Broncos team on Sunday?
We can't take Bo Nix for granted.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, Bo Picks. But and we just can't. We can't get
Got to get pressure on them. You're absolutely correct about that, Mike. You got to get pressure on them. Yes.
We can't take them. Yeah, we can't take them lightly.
So nope, you can't take this team lightly because it's a well-coached team by Sean Payton, and at this point, they're definitely looking to come in here and spoil the Bucs' momentum right now. Mike, I appreciate the call. We'll see you on the Sports Web, my friend. Good stuff there as we wrap this up. I'm going to read some more comments, and then we will get off for the day here on the JP Peterson Show. So read that. Let's go out to Bucs Basement again. If the Bucs lose this week, it's solely on Bulls because, yes, while every season he's been the head coach, they do start out 2-0, and then they proceed to crash down on the faces almost immediately afterwards. Exactly. But as I put out there, I think Bulls has changed. I think this has changed from last year. I think that he's more comfortable being a coach, more comfortable in what type of style he wants to put out there. And this team obviously believes in him and will play for him. He'll get the most out of it. You showed that last Sunday. He outcoached Dan Campbell. Anybody who watched that game knows that he outcoached Campbell, period. Especially with getting those guys to step up. All right. Also, the Broncos have no run game to speak of. Bo Nix is god-awful. No excuses this week. This should be a layup, and that's why they play the games. Want to end off on this comment because I think, this is the reason why we have these shows in the first place, right? And by the way, tune in every day from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on the JP Peterson Show for your Tampa Bay sports fix. And this is the reason why, right here. Michael just had the worst day in a long time. Came home, Turn on JP, Peter, Leo, and company. Thank you for cheering me up. Bucs in heart. Right there. That's what this show is all about. Not only, being educational, giving you some way to talk about your favorite teams, but also be entertaining. Take your mind off the daily rigors of what rent is. Take your mind off of having a bad day at work. We're right here for you 5 days a week on the JP Peterson Show. So let's go ahead and wrap it up right there. But we will be back tonight on the Sports Web at 9 o'clock on all these social media platforms. JP's out there with the Bucs. He will be back tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And, of course, tune in to the evolution of Sports Talk Television live from What the Buck tailgate, and after the game, live from Raymond James Stadium. Once again, I'm Peter Blake. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon here on all these great shows and all these social media platforms. See you later.